Alright, now we're going to jump back on the Firewall here. And we're going to knock out these patches on here. The blower motor, the heater box, we're going to cover those up, smooth them out. To make my piece to about that size right there. Looks good. This one here. And to get a mark like this, you just lay a pencil sideways. It go like this, and this will leave an outline of your hole you're going to cover. So if you want to cut it perfect and sink it in, you can sink it in the hole. Or if you want to lap it, you know how much overlap you need to have. Put your spot welds. This will all just be overlapped. No reason for dropping it in the hole or anything. But I'll cut out the back so there's not all that metal that's going to rattle in there. And I'll spot weld this around and fully weld it. When it's in, the holes on that side, I will put them inside the hole, because otherwise you just make a heck of a lot more body work to do. So you drop it down inside the hole, then you don't have to do a ton more body work on it. But over here, being that it's 99% of it, this is all the piece that's going to be left. It's fine to overlap that. But that's what we're going to do, is finish up this, and finish up this, and then we'll jump over there and we'll do those. Alright, there are my patches made to cover the blower motor and the heater core. Screwed in there so they're nice and tight. And I'll go and tack them on and do the spot welds. And this side will be finished up. And jump over there and do those. Alright, I ran them around, put all my spots in it, and then I'll run around and I'll do the outside edge next. Same on the blower motor. But I want to let this cool off. I don't want to get too much heat into it because I don't want to work that thing. So I'll let that sit and cool down. And while that's going on, I'm going to come over here and I'm going to cover all these holes. What I'm going to do is just put a piece of tape over it, do a pencil on them like this. There's your perfect outline of your patch. Simple and works every time. That one, this one, that one, this one, and then we got two here. And this one here. looks like that. My little hole puncher will have slugs that'll fit right in those. All those over there, there's a few. So I'll just put those in there. If I can pick one up here. Let's see. Look at that. There's a little slug here. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, well, you get the idea. Fit there perfect. So now I'll make up all those patches out of some scrap steel, and those will be ready to be put in. I can start putting those in and finish up the blower motor, and the firewall will almost be done. And there's all my patches on all the holes that will not be used, all tacked in there. The next thing to do is weld all those in there, and then go after the tiny holes. Get those all burned in. The firewall will be done. Just about ready to set it back on its chassis. There it is. The major cab work is done. Got all the rockers done, the corners done, the braces done, the floor's done. Got the patches and the firewall all done. I don't have the small ones done yet. That's not a big deal. But everything else is done. So now I'm gonna set it back on the chassis before I do anything else. And start putting the fenders and stuff back on it. Make sure everything lines up nice. And then I can start doing some of the body panels. I got full door skins for the doors. I got the patch for the bottom. We do those at both sides. Because I just think something like this, you fix this, you fix that. But you see these little suckers popping up right here just from sitting here. None of this was here before. Every single one of those will start to pop. So I'm just changing the panels out, put new panels on it, fix the bottom of the door. I haven't looked at this one to see what it's done. You see, this one's got a major one started right there, and that's just from sitting here. One right there, one right here, because it's been extremely humid the last couple of days. So that's why I don't like to fix stuff like this. I'd rather replace the piece or the entire door. So I'll skin these out, fix them all up. But I want to have the thing on the chassis so everything's tightened down, get everything lined up. So you know everything's going to fit when it goes back together. And then can finish welding and grinding everything on the cab. It's got to be finished. Except for the floor. I can't do the center until I get the engine and transmission. That would be the only thing. But you can start all the body panels now and get it to look like a truck again. So that's what I do now is stick it back on the chassis. Well, there she is, setting down on the chassis. Looks good. That right there would be about the ride height, because those wheels are only 23 inches tall. So when you get the engine in there and everything on it, it settles down. And you get probably a 28, 29, 30 inch tire on there. That'll be about the ride height. So it's right in there around 9, 10 inches on that rocker. So it'll be low, but it won't be too bad. It's not going to be scraping the ground or anything. It'll look pretty good. It'll be better when I get the back done, so it's all sitting level. I think that looks pretty cool. I like that. That looks good. But next thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to hang the front sheet metal on it, everything lined up, and probably work on the bottom of the fenders that are rusted. I think one's rusted, I think the other one's fine, and kind of come up with a front end idea. And then what I got here is the old GMC radiator support, which is in excellent condition. I didn't sandblast it because I didn't think about it until I was looking at them, because I was just going to change it to a C10. But if you look on the back of the GMC, it's already got the bolt holes for the headlight adjusters, the square peg that you put the adjuster into. It's already in there on both sides. So all I got to do is remove the GMC headlights, and the Chevy headlights will go right in there, which is great. So that was a very nice piece, and it's got surface rust on it, but there is no rust through. So all I got to do is sandblast that. That's done. So all I got to do is remove the headlight buckets on it, drill out the couple of spot welds that are on them. That'll be good to go. Glad I didn't get rid of that. But one other thing I'm going to have to do here is that the new bushings don't fit in the hole. So I have to open these up a little bit so I can get the new bushings in their holes. And then I can set all that stuff on here. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to open these up so I can get the new bushings in here, and I can stick the front sheet metal on. GMC, Chevy, GMC, Chevy. Just like that. There's the holes for the adjusters. So now it's a Chevy radiator support. Pretty cool. All right, there it is with the fenders on it. body line is just still nice, crisp, straight. And there it is with the Chevy grill instead of the GMC. Much better looking. And here's the driver's side, nice and straight. So the next thing I'm going to do, where all this stuff fits really good. If you guys are liking what you're seeing in my videos, please hit that like button and subscribe. Thanks. I am going to take and fix this fender. Cut that piece of rust out of there. I'm going to replace this piece here. Where it's rusted at. And the front, I'm going to cut these off. I'm going to make a custom front bumper. So this will all be cut off anyway. And that way nothing can sit down inside there. They got this nice convenient pocket. Look at the other one that's not rusted. Nice pocket to hold water and dirt and junk. So I'm going to get rid of that. It'll be open. Put my front bumper on, and I'm going to come up with some kind of custom bumper on the front. So these will be gone. I'm going to get rid of that. Somewhere in here. Don't know. I'm going to fix the back of this fender. I won't cut the front of the fender off yet until I get the front bumper on it and look at it. I need to get some ideas going. What I'm going to do for a bumper. But I want to get that fixed. And then I got to fix the bed floor. Because the new one is way too much money now. They're ridiculous on shipping. So I'm going to fix the bed floor. Not a big deal. It was not in bad condition. Just had bad rails. So I'm going to change the rails that are bad. So, fix this front fender. Get that one done. And then I jump to the doors and fix the doors. And it's almost done. With all that metal work. Be almost a rust-free truck pretty soon. If you guys are liking what you're seeing in my videos, please hit that like button and subscribe. Thanks. Alright. I'm gonna do here, you can see the rust all up through here, and there's a little piece right there, is the last one. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut it off about right here, somewhere in there, like that. I'll come over here because the brace is down under here. So I'll just go on that side of the brace so I can make sure all that's clean under there. And it's all new metal. And I'll cut it like right here because I don't want to try to fold something over that. I'll never get it straight. Not having the bender or any of that kind of stuff. So I'll just cut it off right in that area like that and replace that piece. I'll make it out of this before. It's like the cab corners. I'll cut it all down. When I get the piece made, then I'll cut around it so the piece fits in there nicely. And I can butt weld it all together. But what I'm going to do now is make this little piece right here so I can mark this out to cut it. All right, there is my piece all nicely cut out. And these little things are really nice to use on stuff where you can get your hands behind. It's a panel clamp. Just got a little hole in it, thickness of your cut, and this goes in the back. It just holds the sheet metal flush with what you're working on. I gotta clean my razor blades off. That. Oh, grab me a magnet too. Magnets work good too, but the welder does not like magnets, especially strong ones like that. The welder will spit and sputter, and so these work best for doing something where you can use them. That. Oh, goodness. Yep. Quit twisting. Screwdriver. Center it up as much as possible. Won't be able to put anything here because the backer's there. So that'll be fine. I can use vice grips to hold that. They're a pretty neat little tool. It costs you more to make than to buy them. All right, now, where'd my little ones go? here. That. Pair right there. And that's almost ready to weld. Block of wood. Need something to hold that. Oh boy. All right. Got one little high spot right here. But I can tack all this area here and then move the vice grips up here, put it on it right there. Yeah. Actually, this way, if I can, tiny bit. All right. Got a little bit right here too. I'll have to tack it all here, tack it here, move one up here, vice grips, tack it here, and then loosen it up, bring this piece up. So I got a little step there. But down here is perfect, so all I'm gonna do is push it up a little bit. It's all ready to go. Just weld that one in there. Actually, I'll be able to use these. Yeah, they push down too far. All right, ready for welding. Now gas on. All right, now take these up here. Put this up here too. Come on, slide. go. Release this one. Get this up a tiny bit. Go right there. Perfect. All these spot welds in. All right, there it is tacked in. All ready to be welded. Just gotta be slow on this one. Don't get too much heat. Ah. This one I went and sanded real quick because I got to work on the doors and want to have a bunch of stuff poking me. But you can see you have to go back, stuff like that. That one, that one. Fan was blowing on me, so it kind of screwed that one up. Just got to look for the little pinholes in it. Get the pinholes, and then I'll paint the back side of the stuff where I do welds wherever I can reach, so it doesn't start rusting from the back side and seals up any tiny pinhole that might be left. But there's one done. Oh, let's see if I stretch on it. It's not too bad. Pretty good, pretty good. Little tiny dip right there. Other than that, came up pretty nice. So, that one is almost done. A little bit of touch up. Well, there's the fender. It's just set back on there. All lines up pretty good again. No bad bows or nothing in it from welding on it. It's not attached even. It's hanging on there by one bolt. That lines up that good. So that's good. So the next thing I want to do, I'm going to yank that door off there. We're going to fix that door, the underside, and reskin it. So that's what we're going to get off the list next.